Man, what's with the long face, Papa? I thought you had a lot of good things to say about this one.
I mean, I do, but it's not what I'm reviewing. It's the symbol behind it. I mean, look at it. He's already dictating to the channel what we should review. It's only a matter of time before he takes over everything.
Oh, I understand your concern, Papa, but trust me, you don't gotta worry about that because that's not his intention. Comprende?
Listen, I may not act like a wise, Goya-loving uncle like you do.
Well, I do like my products to be Goya.
But I've learned some hard lessons in life. When you mix your professional life with your personal one, it can get really messy. I mean, just look at history of all friends and families that have gotten together to create some crazy business or whatever scheme that they had, and just for it to fail and just backfire and them to just have their whole relationships in jeopardy. It's even worse if there's lovers involved.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, Papa, but trust me, the man is not gonna do that because he only wants the best for us, comprende?
Oh, I agree. He's not a bad guy. I mean, we are friends after all. I know that fact is forgotten in the Pow3rh0use lore, but we are friends. The problem is that when it comes to his professional career and his business career, he's gonna do whatever he needs. Nobody is safe, not even you.
Me? Man, he not gonna come at me because I've done nothing wrong. But if that man try to come at me, he gonna get the call of the beast, man, comprende?
Whether or not 50 Blades of Grey wanted this or not, this review was a long time coming. It was tied for first place on that poll I did earlier this year, along with Total War and whatever the name of that other game was. Oh well, probably wasn't important. Anyways, Hollow Knight needs no introduction. It's a Metroidvania that has drawn many comparisons to Dark Souls for its various mechanics and features. Even so, can this game stand out on its own?
Let's grab our needles and prepare for the unknown. This is Hollow Knight. Cue the montage.
This game starts out with a cutscene, and I guess I gotta get into what absolutely captivates me right off the bat, and that is the graphics. My goodness, I freaking love every part of this aesthetic. The art design is beyond fantastic, and the animation is buttery smooth. It paints a very beautiful picture in tone and atmosphere in every frame. There's just so much attention to detail that you can literally make a whole video just talking about it.
I know graphics aren't everything, and I constantly stress gameplay over graphics, but man, sometimes you just have to sit back and enjoy the visuals.
Yes, Papa, embrace the visual flair, comprende?
And not only the visuals, but the audio is also nothing short of top notch. Great sound design followed by an even better soundtrack.
If anything, I would at least recommend that you give the soundtrack a listen. Just don't be surprised if everything just gets so damn intense.
So I guess this is it, Papa?
Alright, now we got the presentation bits out of the way, let's get into the core of it. As stated before, this is a Metroidvania. If you've played them before, you'll notice some common elements. You can expect a ton of exploration, a ton of platforming, and a degree of backtracking. And speaking of backtracking, that tends to turn many people off from the genre, and understandably so. This game isn't the worst offender in this regards, but it should be noted.
Now don't worry guys, I will praise the game more, it's just I need to get some disclaimers out of the way.
As stated before, a big part of this game is exploration, and one way you'll be doing that is from lots of platforming. Thankfully, the controls for this game are very tight and responsive. Even for someone not good at platforming, I was able to perform admirably. And as with many classic Metroidvanias, you'll find various abilities that are necessary to completing your quests. These will help defeat certain enemies, while others will help you reach places you couldn't before, which leads to a bit of backtracking. Some of these abilities like the dash I feel should have been available from the start, but I understand why this was done.
Man, you're so impatient, Papa. You have to appreciate the game for all it has to offer without getting overwhelmed, comprende?
Jeez, I just said that I understand it. What do you think I meant?
Okay, I just wanted to keep you alive, make sure you're doing okay, comprende?
Anyways, the game features plenty of combat, and I figured it would be like Dark Souls in 2D with dodge rolls, invincibility frames, and whatnot. Unfortunately, rolls are not here, but the combat is polished even though you'll be using your nail and a few other abilities most of the time. There are a nice variety of enemies to encounter, with some being far more annoying than others.
And some being even more irritating than Uncle Ramon. I heard that, Papa.
When fighting enemies, you'll fill up your soul meter, but they are not the same as souls in Dark Souls. Anyways, you'll use this to perform certain abilities and most importantly to heal yourself. Along with the common fodder are bosses to face. Some of these are interesting while others not so much. One of the more interesting bosses is Hornet because of the lead up to facing her and her role in the overall story. You really need to be on your toes reaction wise, even more so than Dark Souls because of the 2D nature. Even though your character is pretty light on his feet, being in a 2D environment limits your freedom of movement, making the game more challenging as a result. And yes, the game can be pretty challenging if you don't normally play these kinds of games. Most of my struggles came with the platforming, but that's more because of my lack of skill at these.
I suck at platformers. What can I say?
It's okay if you're not very good, but you better tell the people you're gonna get better. Comprende?
There is no traditional leveling up system here. Instead, you equip badges that increase your stats, such as longer range with melee attacks, increased health, etc, etc. You have a limited amount of badges to equip at a time, and you unlock more slots as the game progresses. It's a nice way to play around and find an optimal build for your playstyle and see what works best. When you die, you lose all of your money, called Geo, as well as a piece of your soul meter. When you get back to the location, you'll have to fight a shade in order to obtain it back. It's a nice little twist to the formula of running back to pick up all your stuff, but the shade usually only provides a minor irritation at best.
This is one of the few gameplay elements that are similar to Dark Souls. Honestly, I find the comparisons to Dark Souls a bit much, but I do understand why people do it. More on it later.
And speaking of Dark Souls elements, there are benches you can find throughout to rest on. These are similar to bonfires as they replenish your health. While there is no fast travel like Dark Souls, there are stations that you can find throughout to take you to certain areas of the game. And when you reach certain areas of the game, you'll need to obtain a map for it. You can find this dude chilling and you can purchase a partial map of the area. The rest gets filled out as you explore and rest in benches.
There's a bit more gameplay wise that I didn't mention, but I'll leave that up to you to discover. But honestly, nothing about the gameplay is really all that crazy or all that captivating to me, even though it is very well polished. What does captivate me though is the atmosphere and tone, and this game does a great job about it.
Regardless of how you feel about Dark Souls, you can't deny it does an excellent job providing you with a feeling of dread and isolation. You're all alone on this journey, not knowing who you can trust or what dangers lie ahead. Because of that, you want to know more about the mysterious world around you and how you fit into it. Hollow Knight succeeds immensely in this regard. While the game is more dialogue heavy, the journey is ultimately yours alone to take. You plunge deeper into this world knowing nothing about it, piecing things together with whatever information you can find. And regarding the dialogue, I enjoyed most of it. Many of the characters are very memorable and interesting in their own right, whether it be from their personality or just their appearance. One of my personal favorites is ZOTE the Mighty, or ZOTE the Mighty, however you're supposed to pronounce it. He seems like what your character would become once he grows old, a grizzled veteran who would rather be anywhere else at the moment.
Essentially, video games exist to provide you with an immersive, interactive experience, and Hollow Knight succeeds in that regard.
Overall, I can definitely recommend this title. While I don't really play many Metroidvanias, I can definitely see the appeal in this one. From a visual and audio standpoint, it stands out from so many others. It may not be a Dark Souls game mechanically like Nioh and Bloodborne do, but it shares so many qualities associated with a Souls-like. The game mechanically is well polished, while the atmosphere and world building is incredible.
Once again, I do thank you guys for recommending this game to me, even though this has been more of a 50 Blades of Great mandate. But hopefully he's happy and he can get off my case and I can just make whatever videos that I want and review whatever games that I want. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, that you're staying safe, and as always, this is Pow3rh0use signing off.
Wait, Papa. You didn't tell the people how long it took you to beat the game.
Well, that's cause I didn't, and it's because I suck. Again, sorry guys.
Man, you didn't beat the game, and you gonna call this a review? You gonna sit down in front of the people and tell people how the game is, and you couldn't even beat it? Coño. How can I call you my nephew after this? I thought you like to do this because you care about the people, about the family. Man, I don't know how we wanna keep going like this. I can't.
I'm gonna leave now. See ya.